watching We Ain't Dying for This, a Black woman's guide to liberation. And I'm your host, Crystle Johnson. We are a community of Black women demanding our collective liberation through radically soft living. Each Thursday, we feature the stories of Black women who have set themselves free from the expectations of others and are choosing to live on their own terms.
Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of We Ain't Dying for This, a Black woman's guide to liberation. I am your host, Crystle Johnson, and we are a community of Black women demanding our collective liberation through radically soft living. I'm really excited about today's episode. We're going to be talking about unbecoming as liberation with my very good sis, Laniece Flowers. Leniece, you and I met each other on LinkedIn a while ago.
We did, yes.
But year before last, for my birthday, you invited me to a retreat. And we were in Costa Rica, and it was amazing. And at the time, I was not partnered for a short period of time. So instead of doing something for my birthday with the person I was before partnered with, I was like, you know what? This retreat starts on my birthday. I'm going to Costa Rica because Leniece invited me. And it was a really great time. And it was like a very small and intimate community of women, but it was amazing.
It was magical.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'll never forget it. And one of the things that I actually take with me and shows up in these podcasts as well is before I went on that retreat, I would wear makeup all the time. And we had a conversation about like getting up and covering your face pretty much with makeup. So I haven't really worn makeup since that experience. So like there's so much power and people sharing their stories and like giving you nuggets that you didn't think about before. Like I was like, oh, I wear makeup because I think it's cute. And then Jamila, what's her name, right? Is it Jamila or Jamila?
Jamila.
Yeah, like she was like, yeah, like you're waking up every morning and covering your face. And I was like, you know what? I am waking up every morning and covering my face. I don't want to cover my face anymore. Yes. So that was like the first step into not making it like a part of my daily routine.
Yeah, something that stood out for me on that trip was dancing in the ocean. Just the freedom of just being like with the waves. And just feeling utterly blissful.
Yeah, you absolutely spend a lot of time in the water.
Yeah, which is, I can't swim still. And I normally don't spend a lot of time in the water, so that was really special for me.
That is really special, because, girl, I can't swim either, and that's why I was not in the water, because I cannot swim. But I'm so glad that you faced your fear, like faced the thing that you don't know how to do. And I've done that in other ways, not in the ocean yet, though. Yeah, not ready for that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on those swim skills.
We gotta hold each other accountable. We have to learn to swim in 2025.
Ooh, okay, all right then.
Yeah, we are absolutely gonna do it.
Yes.
So I want to start this episode off with some this or that because it's real light to begin, because I think this topic particularly is going to feel a little heavy for some folks, because it's a process of unbecoming. Yeah. So to start off with this or that, would you prefer old school R&B or 2000s hip hop?
So this is hard, because when I think about 2000s, I'm like, ooh, 2000s to the 99s. We have some bangers from that 99s to the 2000s. But I think my spirit is saying old school.
Okay.
I grew up listening to The Quiet Storm, Motown.
The Quiet Storm. Oh,
yes.
I remember The Quiet Storm. What was that other man that was on the radio? Bobby J?
I don't remember.
Maybe that was
names.
a Virginia thing.
Maybe. But I remember listening to the Isley Brothers, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
And I still, to this day, you'll find me on a weekend in the kitchen with my girls, and we're moving to Luther.
I love that so much.
Or Anita Baker. And, yeah.
That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. I've heard Luther a lot of times. Luther is very beloved.
Yes. Yes. I realized, I was like, wait a second. I am doing a disservice to my children.
Mm-hmm.
They have to get this catalog. Like, wait a second.
do.
I was like, they haven't heard Luther or Whitney yet? Okay, no, we have to fix this.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
You're being an amazing mom.
I try my best.
For sure. And then what about your Sundays? Self-care Sunday or Sunday brunch? And you like get-togethers.
I do.
Because, I mean, yeah, I've seen some photos. You like get-togethers. So I don't know what the answer is going to be.
I love a good gathering. And also, self-care Sunday.
Okay.
Yes, there's something so restorative about solitude and what that looks like, just to paint a picture. So for me, it is luxuriating in my bathroom. I have eucalyptus hanging in my bathroom. I do all my morning routine to candlelight and create like a spa experience for myself in my home. Because something I learned from traveling is like, why do I have to go someplace else to have this experience? And I can have this right at home every single day. So I wake up, not just on Sunday, every day. I wake up, light my candles, get my music going.
Yeah.
Depending on the day, it might be a little Nina Simone. It could also be some Tyler, the Creator, or some Kendrick, right? It just depends on the mood. And yeah, I just kind of ease into the day, into my twin daughters, wake up and crash the party. So,
okay. Yeah, I'm going to incorporate this candlelight thing because I normally I'm the type of person where I need to see everything. Even though I already know, it's like I know what's happening in my own house, but I'm like, let me turn on all the lights. I need to see everything. And now I'm like, well, maybe I don't need to see everything. Maybe I just need to light a little candle, even if it's one of those like electric candles or like one of those, what do you call those, like little lights that come on? Yeah, like when you pass them.
Oh, okay.
The automatic ones.
Yes.
Maybe I need something like that to give me a little bit of light to then light the candle.
You'll be amazed what just a little bit of ambiance will do. So that's what I've been doing for the past couple of years to sort of set my day.
Yeah.
And then I just had this realization with the help of a coach that, okay, how do you think about winding down the day? And so now I'm doing candles, some incense. I have banished all technology from my bedroom because I'm like, wait, why are we doing this in here? This is not what the bedroom is for. It's for sleeping or playing. And so I'm like, and whatever's on this laptop or this iPhone is, or, phone is not neither of those. So I put those in a different room. And so what that leaves is time and space for me to unwind my day. And that's through journaling or reading books.
Yeah. I have a lot that I can learn from you. Okay. Like literally so much to learn, especially this nighttime routine. My therapist, hey, Ebony. Ebony might be listening.
Ooh, shout out to the therapist. Yes.
She keeps telling me that I need like a nighttime routine. And I'm like, okay, girl, I'm going to get to it. And I just haven't gotten to it. I've done better with the morning routine, but I definitely want to implement this idea of candlelight and waking up to that. But I do not have a nighttime routine. So I definitely need to iron that out. Yeah. For sure.
I mean, it came out of necessity, right? I'm an insomniac, and that's because my mind races. And whatever I haven't processed throughout the day likes to pop up right when I'm trying to go to sleep. And then all these thoughts will just hijack my time for rest. And I can be up until 2, 3 a.m. in the morning if I don't actually start to wind myself down. So that wind down starts about 2 hours before I want to go to sleep.
Okay.
I actually have an alarm on my phone, and it goes off, and it's like, go lay down. Turn everything off, shut it all down. Go set your candles, get your music going, get that journal out. Now, go lay down.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. And then what about spades or Uno?
Okay. Y'all, don't take my card. Please don't revoke my card. So spades is not psychologically safe space for me. I learned in my 20s how to play spades, and apparently that was too late. I missed the window. So what happens is when you learn later in life, nobody wants to
Be your partner?
No one wants to be your partner.
Oh.
No one wants to be your partner.
I'll be your partner.
Thank you. And the stakes feel so high.
Yeah.
They get really intense. So it just depends. If it is, a chill crowd, I might dabble in a good spades game. But if folks are getting really worked up, riled up in it, then I'll go for Uno.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. I go for Uno, and I play Uno with my daughters. And, spades I haven't introduced them to yet. But you know what? Just realized I was like, oh, no, we can't repeat the cycle.
Correct.
I have to introduce them to spades now.
Yeah.
So that way they can properly engage in the game later on in life.
Totally.
Yes.
I can do both, but I do like Uno because of all of the types of Uno that are available, because they have so many versions. My favorite one is Uno Attack. That's when the cards fly out at you.
I'm sorry.
If you have to pick a card, you have to press a little button, and sometimes it'll be one card that'll fly out at you, but then other times it's a bunch of them that'll shoot out at you, and you don't know, it's totally random. So yeah,
they project. Sorry, they project out.
They project out of the little machine. Yeah.
I have never seen this.
Yeah, so it's quite fun.
I am so intrigued now.
Yes, very hilarious.
Oh, I already know. Augie is one of my daughters. She is going to love that.
Yeah, I think she would really love it, because it's pretty hilarious, especially if you're a person who has said Uno. You got one card in your hand, and then all of a sudden you press this button, and now you have 10 cards in your hand. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Uno got spicy.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. It definitely got a little spicy, but that's the one that I find the most fun.
Okay.
So you've talked a little bit about the twins. Mm-hmm. So tell us who Leniece is. Who is Leniece?
Yes. What a journey. So I am originally from the Bronx, New York, born and raised. And I came of age at a time when hip hop and Reaganomics were really sort of taking flight. And I would say that those two periods kind of color a lot of my childhood and my upbringing. And so because of that, I had a very strong lens towards racial justice. So I was the first in my family to go to college. And when I came back to the Bronx from college, I said, I want to focus on educational equity. So I spent the past 2 decades of my career focused on racial equality across sectors, initially in education, then in social impact, and then most recently in tech. And then I had a wake-up moment when Ellie, I think she was about 3 or 4 at the time, she said, Mommy, are you happy? And I was like, wait a second, what's going on here? And I promised myself, I said, oh, I'll never lie to my children. But I lied to her, and I said, yeah, baby, yeah, I'm happy. And then she followed up, and she was like, are you really? And that became the journey of really examining this life that I built for myself, looking at everything from my marriage, my career, my identity as a queer woman who's been in a heterosexual relationship for 15 years, to motherhood. And that sort of kicked off a long, ongoing process of sort of unbecoming.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And also, Ellie is so intuitive.
Ooh.
You sent me this meditation from her the other day. Yes. And I mean, you would not know that she is she 8?
She's a newly minted 8-year-old, yes.
She's an 8-year-old. And she was like, you are beautiful. And I was just like, girl, yes. And she is a dark-skinned Black girl with kinky hair. And she's just like, you're beautiful.
Yes.
She I'm it. I'm that girl.
She is unquestionably, undeniably, unapologetically Black and proud.
And I love that so much, because the world will tell her, not make her, but tell her that she's not good enough.
Oh,
The
absolutely.
world will. And it's like she's already like, no, I'm better than good enough. I'm better than good enough. I love her. I've never met her, but I love her.
You will. You will. You will meet Ellie. You will meet Augie. And it's a journey. Mm-hmm. It's a journey, right? I've watched them question themselves, question their Blackness in spaces where they were underrepresented. Mm-hmm. And I said, oh, no. Wait a second, hold on. Yes. And then we had to have the village, aunties, uncles, co-parent, everybody wrapping around them. So that way they saw reflections of themselves everywhere.
Totally.
Yeah.
And you can just tell like how comfortable they are with themselves. Like you've shown me pictures of them like taking photos, like doing their little modeling thing. I shouldn't have said little. Their modeling thing, because they're just so gorgeous, and you can just see like their aura, their energy is like, I'm it, like I'm that girl.
They're fierce,
and I love it.
They're fierce. They're fierce.
They really are.
We named them after Black greats, Black and queer writers and activists. And, you know, in naming them, we were like, yes, we are imbuing you with powerful legacies. Yeah. And to see them unfold, to see them become, I'm in awe. I'm in awe. And my hope for them is that they don't have to go through the process of unbecoming.
Yeah.
Because they are encouraged and affirmed to be exactly who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And speaking of that, I think the first time that many of us heard Becoming was from Michelle Obama and her book. Yes. And I don't think any of us had ever thought about it in that way. And then to talk to you recently and decide like what we were going to talk about today and just all the things that came up in that conversation about unbecoming rather than becoming was so powerful, because we learn so many things growing up. And in order for us to really become, we have to unbecome and undo all of the things that we have learned growing up, all of those experiences that have contributed to who we might be today. And all of it is lessons, right?
Yes.
It's all lessons. However, in order for you to be who you want to be, sometimes there are some things that you need to get rid of. So what would you say are the lies that we tell ourselves about unbecoming? Even if we don't know the word to name it, what are some lies we tell ourselves about it?
Ooh, there's some powerful lies. Some powerful, powerful lies. Other words for it are just scripts, narratives, limiting beliefs that we've internalized. Often, for me, a lot of it was internalized from loved ones as a message of care and caution. Like, don't be too free out there. Wait a second. Hold on. Watch out now. I think about this body that I inhabit and the layers and layers of shoulds that have been sort of placed on this body. How I should be, how I should look, how I should act, how I should talk, what I should be doing. And it's a lot. It's a lot. A lot of external messaging from society, from family, from culture, from religion, telling you, you know, how you have to fit in a box. And I was in that box for so long, and I was suffocating. I think when you look up and you have all the things and you've accomplished many of the things, the shoulds. Went to college, check. Went to grad school, check. You got the brands. Uh-oh, you got the bank account. Oh, wait, we paid off the 6-figure student loan debt. Oh, we got a little net worth now. Got the marriage. Got the 2 kids. Shoot, at one point I had the dog too. And you look up and you're like, wait a second. What is this hollowness? I thought I arrived. And all of that, not all of it, but portions of that, they were masks. And so this journey of unbecoming is stripping down the layers of all of these external expectations to get to the core of who you are. Who is Leniece? Who is that little girl, Niece, at 1670 Metropolitan Avenue? What does she dream of becoming? What does she want to be, or her hopes? When I was a kid, I wanted to be a writer.
And you're a damn good writer, too.
Thank you.
Just
Thank
throw
you.
it out there
Thank
for
you.
anyone who doesn't know.
I wanted to be a writer. And somewhere along the line, someone said, writing equals starvation. And I said, oh, well, I can't do that. I can't be a writer. That feels too risky. Okay. But what I can do is I can serve. There's so much need, so I can give. But the shadow side of serving and giving is this belief that I'm only worthy or valuable to the extent that I am giving to others. And so there's this piece around reconnecting with my innate worth and value, recognizing that work doesn't have to be a struggle. Work can be a source of joy. Dare I say, work could be a source of pleasure. Like, wow, let's get radical here. Radical. It shouldn't be revolutionary, but I think for Black women, the idea, I think both the privilege and also the choice of doing work that is satisfying for you, not in service of anybody or everybody else. It's countercultural because it's seen as selfish, but it's also like, I've got to do this.
Yeah, totally.
I've got to do this. So yeah, I'm embracing myself as a writer.
Yeah. And I'm like so happy for Augie and Ellie for you to be their mom, to be able to like teach them those things now, because as you and I have discussed, like my mother, I feel, worked herself to death. Like when I grew up, we lived at a woman's house that she was a CNA for, a personal care assistant for overnight, and then we went home on the weekend. So it's like what I know to be the thing that I should be doing, like you said, is serving and working in a space of service. And that's all I know. That's all I knew before I discovered other things that I could actually be doing. And even if I think about the work that we do in the diversity, equity, and inclusion space, that is still serving other people still, and also connecting your value previous versions of me, connecting my value to the level of impact that I can provide to an organization, the level of value that I can provide to an organization. And it took time to get to the point where it was like, wait a minute, I care about y'all, but I also care about me.
Yes.
So I need to figure out, like, what are the things that I need? What is it that I want? What is it that I like? Because my whole life, I realized, was like built around what people told me I should want, what people told me that I should be doing, not about like what I wanted to do or what I felt like was the thing that I wanted. So it's been really nice to uncover what those things are. Like, what do I love? And even if it's the weirdest thing, like it could be the nerdiest thing that I may have thought was nerdy or been told is nerdy. And I'm like, no, I actually like puzzles. Okay. So, yeah.
I appreciate you just talking about your mom and bringing her into this conversation, into this space, because I think often about my mom. My mom worked a job that I think is one of the most demoralizing environments you can work. She was in law enforcement, and she worked at Rikers Island for over 20 years. And what that meant, like if we just get down to like the nuts and bolts of it, she would at times work 16-hour shifts. And like I don't think I fully appreciated what that meant. There's 24 hours in a day, and math is not my best subject, but if you're working 16-hour shifts, that's 8 hours.
Yeah, and you got to get home.
You got to commute. At some point, you have to shower, and you're raising 2 daughters, and you are cooking. She's doing laundry. She is doing all the emotional and physical labor of managing our household. And my mom was exhausted. She was absolutely depleted. And it's not something I could fully understand then, but I understand now, and I can see it now, and I'm just like, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
And because of her sacrifice, you know, that gave my sister and I opportunities. It gave us some stability. You know, she had a blue-collar union job. It gave me braces. It's like, shout out to the braces. Shout out to the dental care, right?
Yeah.
It was huge. You know, her sacrifice really transformed our family into working class.
Yeah.
And it also was sort of my model for work, right? I saw that, and even though I was able to go to college and able to go to grad school, I still had this idea of work is something that you endure. It's not something that you do out of joy. It is something you do to ensure that that your basic needs are met, to pay your bills, to provide for your family. And yes, thank you. And I want more. I want something different. I was coming home and giving my daughters whatever was left. A little bit of crumbs. I'd see them at best for 2 hours a day during the week. Wake up, get you ready for school. All right, time to drop you off. Come back, pick you up. Okay, dinner, bath time, story time. All right, time to say our affirmations. Rinse, repeat. And I said, wait a second. Is this what all that is for?
Yeah.
I'm like, your time is finite.
Truly.
It is. And people, you know, what the past few years have taught me, particularly in the pandemic, is people are not here forever. So I'm like, okay, this is a reality check, right? I'm no longer centering working to exhaustion. I am centering my relationships with myself and with my family.
Yeah, and I think what people don't realize is that you think that you need to work yourself to exhaustion, that work needs to be the number one thing on the plate. But I think that what I've learned by putting myself first, by focusing on my relationships, by leaning into the things that I love, is like everything else comes around. Everything else works itself out when you focus on the things that you care about, the things that give you energy, the things that allow you to breathe. Your life is just so much better. And honestly, like, you may be in a job that is gone the next day and something way better for you comes along, and it's because now you're like attracting that goodness and attracting abundance. But it's so hard to be able to let go of what you know or what you perceive to be safe.
Oh, they're called golden handcuffs for a reason,
yeah,
right?
Girl. I used to say that all the time. I used to be like, oh my God, I just feel like I have on platinum handcuffs. And what I learned when I went on my sabbatical is that they don't have to feel like platinum handcuffs. Like, it can be what it is. Like, I can be here to get the thing that I need to get out of it. It can be here to fund the things that I love to do. But it doesn't have to be my everything, because it's what I do, not who I am.
Yes.
And I think that once we realize that, it's kind of like, oh gosh, there's all these different avenues and options and opportunities, and I can be happy, I can have joy, I can do whatever it is that I want to do. There are all these other creative ways for me to show up. And before you get to that point, literally, there's nothing. It's a wall. I have options, nothing.
See, what I heard you say is that you've embraced this in-between space, right? You're no longer looking at either or, but like, how can I work within this and also honor my creativity?
Yeah.
And build community for Black women through We Ain't Dying for This.
Yeah.
Right?
It's one of my favorite things to do. Literally one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
So speaking of We Ain't Dying for This and the Black women who are listening in to this episode, what advice or even homework would you give them as they think about this concept or this experience of unbecoming to become?
Ooh, first and foremost, I would say slow down. Slow down. Get still. I'm projecting a bit here, so allow me for some grace, a little bit of grace. But I know for myself, I have been striving for a really long time. And coming from this place of, I think the root of it was, I'm not enough. The root of it was, I have to get to the next thing. I have to make up for, whatever gaps that existed and whatnot, to no fault of any individual in my family, right? If anything, it's an indictment on the systems.
Capitalism.
Capitalism and this country, right? But that's another conversation for another day.
Yeah, totally.
But I would say really slow down. So that way you can listen and hear yourself. I don't think we hear ourselves until our bodies are screaming. I didn't hear myself until all of a sudden my A1C is out of normal range. I didn't hear myself until my psychiatrist said, you need to be admitted to an outpatient program. It doesn't have to get to that point for you to start listening in. And what that looks like is being still. And for me, it was the hardest thing. I still, to this day, I struggle with meditation. Because as soon as I try to quiet down, 10 things pop up. Like, those little pop-ups in the 90s, those little pop-up windows. Just 10 things pop up, and I go, oh, I have to do this, and the laundry, and and then I have to follow up with so-and-so, and I have to, and it just completely takes over.
Yeah.
But I am committed to this practice. I am committing to myself and saying, like, no. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And if I want longevity, I want not just a quality life, but a good quality life, as I define it, then I need to slow down, reconnect with myself and what really matters most. And yeah, that stillness, is loud. It is loud.
So loud.
Listen.
Because you like, girl, who are you?
And, I would say sometimes when you're going, there's a reason. Sometimes you're hiding.
You're running.
You're running from.
running from yourself.
Running from yourself, because then you have to ask yourself some hard questions. Then you have to look around and say, wait a second. Is this job really working for me? Is this relationship really working for me?
And to channel Ellie, are you happy?
Are you happy?
Are you really happy?
Are you really? And, and then you got to be honest with yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I'm so excited that we had the opportunity to have this conversation. And that one, you got to bring Ellie into the conversation. Ellie and Augie, yes. But Ellie is the meditation guru. You got to share more about your upbringing and your mom and like unbecoming from what you thought we were supposed to be doing. And even talking about the writing and being a writer, because you're a real good writer.
Thank you.
A great writer.
Thank you.
So tell people where they can find you online.
So you can find me on LinkedIn. That's the biggest platform you can find me. And I'm currently working on a writing project titled Unbecoming. And that will be coming out soon. So.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
You heard it here first.
I did. I just heard it. I'm excited. This is going to be great. I love it. And I can't wait to be able to share this story with others. And yeah, just a perfect time. Hands. So thank you so much for being here and sharing more pieces of you.
So lovely to be here. Thank you so much, Crystle.
Yeah, of course. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in and learning more about what it means to unbecome as liberation. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of We Ain't Dying for This, a Black woman's guide to liberation. Catch up on previous episodes on the Living Corporate Network and on YouTube. You're also invited to join our exclusive community for access to early episode releases, exclusive content, live events, and more.